Hey, what is going on, Vikings fans? The Skol side back again with another Minnesota Vikings video. See by the title, we're going to be talking about the offensive coordinator position. They are interviewing a guy I really like. I'm going to be talking about him in this video today. Anyways, thank you guys so much for 1K. I got a whole video coming out on that. Thank you to 1K for you guys. And there's also a giveaway that I got to update you guys on. But wow, I mean, this is all you guys. I mean, I'm going to be saying a lot more later, but seriously, we hit 1K. This is all on you guys. I'm in a Vikings YouTube channel. I started in my basement making little weird videos on my laptop, kind of grew into this. And we got bigger plans, man. I mean, this is not where we're going to stop. 1K is great, and thank you guys so much. But I got so much more for you guys. A whole video coming out on that soon. Anyways, let's talk about the OC position because that's kind of my specialty. I love offense. I'm really good at breaking down offense, and I think this guy is actually a really good option. That's what we're going to talk about, the Vikings' potential next offensive coordinator. Let's get right into it. The guy I'm talking about is Giants wide receiver coach Tyke Tolbert. He apparently was interviewing with the Vikings, and he is a wide receiver coach for the Giants. Some stuff about Tyke Tolbert is, he's obviously been the Giants wide receiver coach, and I think he's seen really, really strong development from them. And I think that's a huge, listen, I'm huge on success at no matter what you do. I'm a huge guy when it comes to all right, if he's good at this, I bet you he can be good at something else. I'm not saying he'll be for sure a great offensive coordinator. I'm not going to put myself out there, but look at the success he's had for the Giants. Since he's been there, he had OBJ walk in. I think OBJ was a first rounder, but OBJ walked in there, hit right away. OBJ became that guy. And then you got guys like Sterling Shepard, who's really developed. He's a crisp receiver. And you got these guys. I mean, and it's not just these guys come out of college and they're like DK, and they got to turn them into DK would be an easy project for a wide receiver coach to get going. But these guys, I mean, he really just tightened up their routes. You watch any Giants game, I mean, their receivers run really good routes. Their receivers are always getting separation, and he is just good at his job. He's a great wide receiver coach in the NFL, and he's seen a ton of development out of guys even in later rounds, and even guys that you draft in the 5th and later rounds. You're like, hey, he'll probably, he might produce. Well, yeah, he does. He actually does end up producing. He does end up developing, which is huge. It's about producing and developing when you're a position coach, and on a shitty organization like the Giants. Tyke Tolbert, he was able to do that, which is incredibly impressive. Also, some more about the guy. He is apparently big on the zone running scheme with the play action. And I know Vikings fans, I know you guys are probably wanting, I bet you some of you kind of want to switch it up a little bit when it comes to offensive side of the football. Listen, I get that whole mindset, but if you're going to keep Kirk Cousins in the same system that he's been running the past 3 years, it's more beneficial to the team. I mean, if you would come in there, Cousins has had 5 offensive coordinators in 5 years. That is incredibly challenging for a quarterback just to understand a system, to understand what to read, what routes are progressing down the field. I mean, there is a ton to go through, blocking schemes, all of that. It would be tough on the linemen. If you could have a guy come in there and maybe add another layer to it, but still maintain the certain core values that the Vikings offensive philosophy still have, I'm all here for it. I mean, I've been harping on the Vikings offense. They need to get more aggressive. They need to get more modern, and I think he can do that. I think he can add that layer to, even if the Vikings seem like they're kind of in a they're not developing anymore. The offense is there. I think this guy adds that. The Vikings don't motion at all. Apparently this guy loves the motion. The Vikings they motion the least in the NFL, and you know who motioned the most in the NFL at the snap of the football? Green Bay Packers, a team who's won 28 games in the past 2 years. They motion more than anybody. I think that guy can add that for the Vikings. It's almost like another layer on the whole bootleg, strong running game. Tolbert, and the thing that's most interesting about him is he's been in the NFL for 18 years. He started off with the Buffalo Bills from 2004 to 2009. He went to Denver from 2011 to 2017, and then he's been with the Giants since 2018 to the present. And really with the Giants is when he's really developed the most receivers, and he's been around the most production out of that group. And the Denver Broncos receiver is back from 2011 to 2017. That's when they won the Super Bowl with Emmanuel Sanders, Demaryius Thomas. I mean, he's shown production and being a really good wide receiver coach. He also played at LSU. I love that. Jefferson, LSU receiver. That would just develop Jefferson even more. Even guys like Danielle Hunter, who went to LSU, I'm sure they would like to see another LSU guy in there. I think he's an incredibly interesting candidate, mainly because he knows what the Vikings like to do. It wouldn't change his system completely. However, he kind of will add his own wrinkle on it, which is kind of what I wanted. That's kind of like my ideal situation as Vikings OC. I think we all want something new where we pass more and we're more aggressive. I just want to see more development out of the play action system, where we get into more of a Kyle Shanahan type of offense where we can develop route combinations way better than we normally do, because when the Vikings have to pass the ball and the other team knows they have to pass, the offensive play calling is frankly terrible because the routes just don't develop like they need to without play action. I think that's what this guy can do. I think he can add that for the Vikes, where he can add double moves, add more interesting route combinations on only a certain side of field, which apparently he loves to do. I think this guy could be it. I would consider him my number one candidate right now. I would love Tyke Tolbert, and honestly, I think that should be our guy unless a better option comes forward. But I really am sold on this guy. He's been around the NFL for a while. I'm sure he's been dreaming about this for a long, long time. 18 years of NFL experience. Anyways, thank you guys so much for 1K again. Leave a like on the video, comment down below, and I will definitely talk to you guys next time. Let me guys know what you guys think in the comments, though, on another potential OC for the Vikings. Anyways, see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for 1K. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.